So let us continue from where we left off. We were at the stage of kru plus vu when we added the affix nul by nul trichau anubandha lopaha chutu halantam tasya lopaha kru plus vu. Now comes a very important sutram yuvoranakau. Look at the number 711. We are in the angasya adhikaraha. And from here, from in this early part of 7-1, Panini makes substitutions for an affix. He replaces the affix by something else. In this case, what Panini is saying is as yuvoho. Yuvoho means yu vu etayoho stane in place of you or vu. So yuvoho. Yuvor is a shashti. So that is the place of the operation. So it is shashti ekavachanam. This is a samahara compound, samahara dvandvaha. So yuvoho ana and aka anakau. So in place of you and vu respectively, we substitute ana and aka. Now why respectively? Because yatha sankham anudeshas samanam is that yatha sankham anudeshas samanam. So whenever we have a we have the number of terms being replaced and the number of substitutes is matching. In this case, we have two items to be replaced, you and bu, and we have two substitutes, ana and aka. So we can do respective substitution. So when the items to be replaced is the same in number as the substitutes, then we do a respective substitution. In place of you, we substitute ana. In place of vu, we substitute aka. That is the sutram yatha sankham anudeshas samanam. Yatha sankham means respectively in the order. In the order samanam, when you have the equal number, an equal number of terms to be substituted and an equal number of substitutes. So yatha sankham anudeshas samanam. So when we get this, so this by the way, this 711 opens up a section in the Ashtadhyayi, which was my teacher always reminded me of that. I was always reminded by my teacher of this section 711, which we have studied many rules from this already. We have studied many rules from this section, like we have studied Jontaha, we have studied Adabhyastat, then this all these sutras we have studied Atmanipadeshvanataha, Shingo Rut, and all these sutras we have studied like Atobhisa Ais, and then Ta Nyasina Saminat Syaha, Niryaha, Sarvanamnasmai, and so on and so forth. So this entire section from 711, Panini makes substitutions in an affix. He replaces either the entire affix or part of the affix. Most of the time the entire affix is replaced. The entire affix is replaced by Panini by something else. So this is so if you see an affix being completely replaced, a pratyaha taking a adesha, is a pratyaya adeshaha. That is a section in 7.1, in the beginning of 7.1 of the Ashtadhyayi. Something which my teacher always reminded me of this, that if you see a pratyaya adesha, think of 7.1, the beginning part of 7.1. Okay, so now we have the substitutions of, now this sutram is in the angasya adhikaraha, which means that what is an angam? Yasmat pratyaya vidhi, yasmat pratyaya vidhis tadadi pratyaya angam. So an angam is a relative term, it is relative to a pratyaha. So yasmat pratyaya vidhis tadadi pratyaya angam. So when Pani says yuvaranakau, we must be talking about a u or vu in a pratyaha, because a pratyaha is required to create an angam. So it's not like a u or vu anywhere, but a u or vu which is in the pratyaha that takes the substitution of ana or aka respectively, because of the angasya adhikaraha. Angasya means there has to be a pratyaha. So we are talking about substitution of ana and aka respectively in place of u or vu of a pratyaha. So continuing the example, we had kru plus vu by this sutram. Now we do the aka adesha, and adesha means anekachis sarvasya. Normally we have alontyasya by 1152, but this aka is anekal adesha. It has more than one letter. So anekachis sarvasya, the entire vu is replaced by aka. And this now we can do the gunadesha, because this affix aka has a sanya of ardhadhatukam by ardhadhatukam sheshaha. And so we can do sarvadhatuka ardhadhatuka yoho uran raparaha, and we get kar plus aka. Now remember, this aka came in place of vu. Vu is actually the pratyaya nul. That nul is a nit. That nakara as a it. This aka also, it came in place of vu. Vu is a part of nul. So aka also inherits this property of nit. So aka is also is a nit pratyaya, because the original pratyaya was nul, and we replaced the vu part of it by aka. So aka is also, aka is basically is going to behave like the pratyaya nul. So nul is a nit. Nul is a nit. So aka also has the property of being a nit. So that allows us to do atupadhayaha. So we get the vridhya adesha in place of the penultimate akaraha. And we get karaka, karaka. Now karaka is an adjective. It means one who does, one who acts, or one who makes. And this will decline like Rama Shabdaha in the masculine, like Vana Shabdaha in the um, neuter. So if we take the in masculine, we'll get karakaha, like Rama Shabdaha in the masculine. Now that is this affix nul, nul. But the sutram nul trichau prescribed two affixes, nul and trich. Let us now look at the second affix trich. So same dhatu if we take karne, and we now add the affix trich by nul trichau, anubandha lopaha vahalantyam tasya lopaha, and now this tru is a valadi pratyaya. This aka was not valadi. So there's no question of idagama. One thing about idagama, the pratyaya has to be valadi. If the pratyaya does not begin with a val letter, there is no question of idagama. Why is that? This entire section of idagama, Panini runs this anuvritti of valadi, valadehe. So ardhadhatukasya valadehe. So from this valadehe, it runs throughout this section of the idagama. So if you don't have pratyaya which is valadi, doesn't begin with a val letter, then there's no need to check idagama. But now we do have a pratyaya which is valadi. We have the pratyaya trich. So now we do have to check for the idagama. And then what happens here is that is dhatu kru anudatta upadesha. So 7 to 10 eka cha upadeshe anudatta. So that stops the idagama which would have come by ardhadhatukasya valadehe. So idagama is stopped by 7 to 10 because dhatu kru is anudatta upadesha. This rukaraha has a anudatta swaraha in the dhatu pataha. So and then so that stops idagama. And now we can apply the sarvadhatuka ardhatuka yoho to get the gunadesha, because affix trich has a sanya of ardhadhatukam by 34114 ardhadhatukam sheshaha. And we get the form kartru. We get the form kartru. Kartika is pratipadika sanya by 1 to 46. 1 to 46. Now this declension of kartru we already studied. If you want to go back and revise your subandha prakaranam, we have studied already these affixes which end in this rikaraha. So in the masculine it will decline, like it become like karta, kartaro, kartaraha. So all that you can go and revise what we have studied already in the Subandha Prakaranam. We will also be getting many examples of this soon. So we won't spend time on that again now. So, but what we learned right now is how to derive the Pratipadikam itself, Kartri. Once we get the Pratipadikam Kartri, we know how to decline it already. But we now learned how to get the Pratipadikam Kartri by adding the affix Trich to this Dhatu Kru. So here similarly we can get the form like, Hantru, We can get the form like gantru, get a form like bhoktru, and so on and so forth. So we have just studied these two very important affixes, nul and trich, which may be used after any verbal root, because Pani did not specify has to be after this verbal root or that verbal root. Simply dhatoho. And by kartari krit, they are used in the active sense. So this is a very, very important sutram which we'll be using repeatedly in the examples. Also very simple sutram. So these are the rules which give you great bang for the buck. You can use this sutram in many, many, many places to refer to the doer of an action. Doer of an action.